There's so many things happening in the world of cruising. Stay tuned right here and we'll give you the latest updates. And remember, it assists our analytics when you subscribe to our channel and give us the thumbs up if the material provided was particularly helpful or educational. So, like, share, subscribe. We love to provide travel news to you. So the talk has been rife about Carnival selling off upwards of the figure changes from 6 to 13 ships. And of course, when we say Carnival, we are speaking about Carnival Corporation that owns at least 9 brands. So Holland America is on the chopping block. Boy, that sounds so very terrible to put it that way. But yeah, that's how my mind processed it, and that's how I'm giving it to you. All of 4 Holland America ships have been sold. Yep, 4 of their ships. And so this announcement came, as a matter of fact, just today. And it came from Cruise Industry News. Holland America Line announced that the Amsterdam, the Maasdam, the Rotterdam, and the Veendam have been sold and will be transferred to undisclosed buyers. Sad, because I have sold every one of those ships. I get so closely attached to my sales process that I could almost tell you who I sold on what was the itinerary, when they sailed, and I could almost tell you the cabin category. But I won't go on into that too much. Needless to say, I was booked on the Veendam for next month. Oh my goodness. So next month, leading into my birthday celebration, I would have been doing the Canada-New England sailing on the Veendam with my brother Michael. Well, that's not gonna happen. So sad. So the ships will be sold or have been sold, and they will go to their new owners in pairs. So the Maasdam and the Veendam, those 2 ships will be transferred to the new company. The new owners will take possession of them in August of 2020, while the Amsterdam and the Rotterdam will move to another company in fall of 2020. According to industry sources, 1 pair is going to a new cruise brand. Wow, go figure. Now, at Holland America Line, the statement was, it's always difficult to see any ship leaving the fleet, especially those that have a long and storied history with our company. This is what Shane Cruz, Chief Executive Officer of Holland America Group and Carnival UK, stated. However, Holland America Line has a bright future ahead that includes recent Pinnacle class additions, with a 3rd sister ship next year that will continue to maintain our overall capacity in the marketplace. I recognize and appreciate the deep affection our guests have towards our company and the ships in our fleet, says Gus Antoracha. Hope I did not massacre that name. I haven't gotten any practice with this name, guys. He is brand new. Well, he took the place of that wonderful man that I love so much. I love the man, and his name has slipped me. But when he demitted office, this young man, well, Gus, not sure if he's young, but he has been with the brand, the company, and he is now taking the reign of Holland America. And so he continues to say, he's the new president, of course. While streamlined, our diverse fleet continues to offer exceptional options for cruisers looking for a mid-sized ship experience to destinations all around the world. It has been noised abroad among several different sources that the older ships would be sold off for various reasons. And the most important reason is efficiency. And so, over the course of the last, I would say, 5 years, the whole cruise ship making process has seen much advancement and efficiency, particularly with the propulsion and the fuel consumption, and even how clean they were. There are several brands who are going green at sea, and so that's another issue that indicates that cruising as we know it will change. And of course, too, efficiency is tied to profitability. And as a result, by being more efficient, the social distancing regime, which will now prevent the cruise lines from sailing at capacity, will see them being able to break even and even become profitable, sailing at 30 to 50% of their established capacity. Now, when are we going to cruise again? That's $1 million question. Now, of course, if the ship that you were booked on has been sold, what is your recourse? Well, not to worry. Assuming that you booked through your trusted travel advisor, and no, y'all didn't book through me. I know it because I know all my Holland America clients whose cancellations I've had to handle. And no, you all didn't book through me, but in the future, it's a good idea to do it. So, guess with bookings on future sailings of these ships. So those are the 4 ships: the Amsterdam, the Maasdam, the Veendam, and what's the 4th ship? I'm going back to my article. The Maasdam, the Veendam, the Amsterdam. I'm so tempted to say another name, but I'm so glad I am not, because that would really mess up this recording. And the Rotterdam. You know, I was trying to figure out what was the 4th ship. That's my least sold ship, yeah. And usually because it's over in Europe. So, back to this thought here. If you have future bookings on any of these 4 ships, you will be notified, and you will be told that your cruise has either been changed or cancelled. So, if you have booked through your trusted travel advisor, they will advise you. If not, then it becomes a maze, as Holland America is trying to reach all of these clients. Another reason to book through your trusted travel advisor, particularly in these uncertain times, you need somebody who is lobbying just for you. So you may ask, if the sailing has been changed or cancelled, what are some of the possibilities? Well, you know, future cruise credit is another nice option to take advantage of. And so if that is the offer, then you will be able to book another Holland America Line cruise when the operations resume. Of course, guests who prefer a refund will be accommodated. But just for you to be aware, it has been taking quite a while to process those refunds. I am already waiting close to, I've passed 60, 70, close to 80. Yeah, I'm heading towards 80 days waiting for refunds to be processed, because they're just so many. So think carefully about what you want to do before you make a decision, because if you choose the route of a refund, bear in mind it will take some time, and that's just the way it is. We at the Daily News are happy to have learned from cruiseindustrynews.com that the Fred Olsen Cruise Lines have decided to buy the Amsterdam and the Rotterdam. from Holland America Line. Now these are sister ships, and they will be brought into the Fred Olsen, my apologies, fleet, and this will cause a certain level of modernization to come to the fleet. They will be renamed as the MS Bolete and the MS Borealis, and this is according to Fred Olsen. The acquisition forms a part of the optimization of the Fred Olsen's cruise line's fleet composition, and will offer high-yielding cabin mix with large public spaces, and they will enhance Fred Olsen's cruise line's earnings and capabilities once operations can safely resume. Of course, delivery is expected to take place in the UK during September 2020. The company said it would retire 2 vessels in its fleet, but it did not elaborate on which ships would exit. And just so that you have an idea on the ages of these 2 new acquisitions, the Rotterdam was built in 1997 and the Amsterdam was built in 2000. So as we had spoken about earlier about shedding older ships, funny enough, what is old for one cruise company might be relatively young for another, because the more powerful, the more established, the wealthier companies are building from keel up, while the smaller companies will buy their older ships, which are always in pristine condition. And so those that are brought in will, of course, vamp up the fleet and will add great value. So we're happy for the acquisition. We're happy to know that these 2 ships will not fall into the scrap heap that other ships will encounter, and they're relatively new, all things considered, and so we expect many seafaring years from them. This is how we see it on the Daily News.